Hey guys, Ace here from uplandmarketing.com, and today I want to talk to you about the hardest part of getting started. Welcome back, guys. So in today's video, I want to talk to you about the hardest part of getting started. What I mean by this is, what the hardest part of getting started on a goal is, right? Whether it's a financial goal, whether it's a fitness goal, or whether it's maybe just the goal of wanting to get started in your own business, right? I think when it comes down to it, really, if you want to achieve any sort of goal, if you want to achieve anything, it's got to be that you want something more out of life, right? You want something more from yourself because you believe that you are worthy of more and you're capable of more, right? So what it comes down to, it's really when you come down to this fork on the road where it's, is the pain of staying where I am greater than the fear of me pursuing something new, right? Of being uncomfortable in something new. So for example, is the pain of me, not losing this 20 pounds weight that maybe I want to lose greater than the fear of me, heading to the gym and the fear of maybe not knowing what I'm doing and maybe feeling uncomfortable of being at the gym, right, around people, right, for whatever reason, right? Or for example, if maybe you're in a job that you don't really like, or maybe being stuck in that job, is the pain of me staying in this job and being miserable for the next 20 years or 30 years or whatever amount of time you still have left, right? Or do I even see myself being in this job for that period of time? Is the job security enough for me to believe that I'll even be here? Well, I have a job, right? That fear is that fear greater, or is that pain greater than that of the fear of getting started and starting to take the first few steps in building your own business, building something where it's for you, by you, and where you can call the shots and that you can be successful in, right? So it's kind of getting to that point of that fork in the road where, again, the fear, or the pain rather, of staying where you are is greater than facing the fear of starting something new. Because starting something new can be scary, right? It can be it is a real fear, and being uncomfortable. Most of us live our lives trying to be comfortable, and when we push ourselves to get out of that comfort zone, it can be something that can be intimidating. And so one of the biggest things and one of the greatest things that you can really do for yourself, guys, is delve in personal development. That's really the reason, and that's how it was that I got started on my entrepreneurial journey, right? I was in a point where I was stuck. I was stuck in a point where I wasn't happy at work anymore. I had achieved some good success. I was in the toppest position that I could be in the location where I was at. I was running the show, and even though I was making decent money, more than anybody in my family had ever made, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy being there because I knew I was still capable of more. I've always been the person that wants to achieve something greater, and so I saw the opportunity to jump into entrepreneurship, the opportunity to jump to something something bigger, as an opportunity for me to be able to really delve into something and really prove what I was worth. And so that's what motivated me to become an entrepreneur, right? I did what most people are scared to do. I quit my job that a lot of people wish that they had, making the money that I did with all the benefits that I had, and I left it all completely to jump into entrepreneurship, right? And it's one of the greatest things that I've done. I don't regret it at all, even though maybe it didn't end up the way that I wanted to. And that's the funny thing about it, right? Because sometimes the biggest fears that we have never really come to fruition, right? Fear really is just a down payment on a problem that often never happens. And so when I left my job, I'm not going to tell you that it was all sunshine and rainbows, because it wasn't. I ended up going broke. I ended up going bankrupt. And the funny thing is that once you kind of go through something like that, it minimizes your fear level, right? Because you're like, well, you know what? It didn't work out the way I wanted to, but I don't regret the fact that I did it, because it showed to me and proved to me what it is that I need to get done. Maybe some of the thing it made me be honest with myself in terms of what I needed to do to be successful. And so, yeah, sure, I ended up having to go back into another full-time job. And the thing is that a lot of people are scared to leave their job or scared to leave the thing because they feel like they can never get it again. But if you were able to accomplish something once, you can do it again and again and again if you wanted to. So, like I said, I was running the show before. I was the top position of the store where I was at the location that I was at. So I was running the show as a general manager. And then sure enough, after a little while of me trying to pursue my entrepreneurial thing and falling flat on my face, I was able to find another position at the same level that I was before, right? And I didn't have to work my way up because my experience spoke for itself. And so I was able to kind of build myself up relatively quickly and kind of get back to where I was, prior to me leaving my job to jump into entrepreneurship. But that didn't stop me from wanting to pursue entrepreneurship again, right? Because if you really want something, guys, if you really want to do something, you're gonna have to find that courage in yourself to pursue it, right? You're gonna have to find that courage to want to take that next step. And so if you really want something, you're gonna have to keep going at it and be persistent. Because really, unless you do that, unless you really want something, and even if you fall flat in your face sometimes, or maybe you don't get there as quickly as you want to and you're not seeing the results that you want to, you have to keep yourself persistent and you have to keep yourself going, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to actually achieve the goal that you want to. So I know that I started this video with what's the hardest part of getting started. The hardest part of getting started is getting in the mindset of knowing that you are going to achieve something, no matter what obstacles come in your way, what challenges are going to face you, that you're going to be willing to put yourself through that and pursue until you actually achieve it. That's the mindset I put myself in, and that's how I've started to get results in everything that I've done. And that's the kind of the mindset that you need to put yourself in to do it. So the best thing that I can really recommend for you guys is honestly to delve into some personal development. Go read some good books or watch some videos on YouTube. There's tons of free content out there. Look at some great motivational speakers like Jim Rohn, Les Brown, Bob Proctor, Sam Crowley. There's tons of speakers out there that you could listen to. Zig Ziglar, that'll get you kind of in the right path and get you into a mindset where you can understand that you're gonna have challenges, you're gonna see obstacles, but if you really want to see success, you're gonna have to do something different and get uncomfortable. Sometimes things are not gonna work out kind of like they did for me, but in the long term, if you know that it's gonna happen for you, it's gonna happen, right? So I hope that this message kind of reached you guys. I hope it resonated with you. And if you're liking this content, make sure you comment, like it, or share it with for me here on the channel. And until next time, guys, let's get out there and have some fun.
You can get more online marketing and training tips at netplaymarketing.com. While you're there, make sure to request access to the NetPlay Marketing Facebook Mastermind group, where you will be able to connect and network with other like-minded entrepreneurs. Find out what's working online right now and get any of your questions answered on how to best grow your business.